Most people believe that if they want something badly enough, life will eventually give it to them. But desire by itself has never changed a life. Wanting more money, better health, or greater success does not automatically create results. Life responds to something far more powerful than wishes. It responds to personal growth. The level of success a person experiences will always be closely connected to the level of the person they have become. Every result you see in your life today is a reflection of your current thinking, habits, and standards. If those inner elements remain the same, the results will also remain the same, no matter how strong the desire is. This is why simply hoping for change leads to frustration. Growth must happen first on the inside before improvement can appear on the outside. When you improve your mindset, discipline, and skills, life naturally begins to improve in response. Success is not something to chase. It is something that follows personal development. When a person becomes more valuable by learning more, practicing more, and thinking better, opportunities begin to appear. This is not luck. It is preparation meeting the demands of life. The world rewards those who invest in themselves and increase their ability to contribute, solve problems, and add value. If someone wants more income, the question is not, how do I get more money, but how do I become more capable? If someone wants confidence, the answer is not waiting for courage to appear, but building competence through action and effort. Every desire points toward a required level of growth. When individuals commit to becoming better each day, even in small ways, life starts to shift. Results improve not because life changes, but because the person has changed. And once that inner change begins, progress becomes inevitable. Progress in life begins the moment a person accepts full responsibility for where they are and where they are going. Responsibility is not about blame or guilt. It is about ownership. As long as someone believes their results are controlled by circumstances, people, or luck, they give away their power. But when responsibility is accepted, control is restored. From that point forward, improvement becomes possible. Many people delay success by focusing on what is outside their control. They point to the economy, their background, their age, or their past mistakes. While these factors may influence the journey, they do not decide the destination. What truly shapes the future is the choice to respond differently today. Responsibility shifts attention from excuses to action, from complaints to solutions. When a person takes responsibility, their thinking changes. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? They begin asking, what can I do next? This simple shift creates momentum. It builds confidence because every small action reinforces the belief that progress is possible. Responsibility turns problems into teachers and setbacks into lessons rather than stopping points. Personal responsibility also builds discipline. When individuals stop waiting to be motivated or rescued, they learn to act with intention. They understand that no one is coming to save them, and that realization becomes empowering rather than discouraging. It encourages consistency, effort, and self-respect. True growth happens when people stop negotiating with their potential. Accepting responsibility means recognizing that the quality of life improves only when the quality of decisions improves. Every choice matters. Every action counts. And the moment someone decides to take full ownership of their life, they step into the position of a leader, first of themselves and eventually of their results. The future is not shaped by a single decision or a dramatic moment, but by the small actions repeated every day. Discipline is what turns intention into reality. Without it, goals remain ideas. With it, even ordinary efforts become extraordinary over time. Discipline is not about punishment or restriction. It is about training the mind to do what needs to be done, even when motivation is low. Every habit is a vote for the kind of life a person is creating. The simple choices, how time is used, what is learned, what is practiced, and what is avoided quietly shape long-term results. Skipping effort may feel comfortable in the moment, but comfort always sends the bill later. Discipline works the opposite way. It asks for effort now and rewards with freedom, confidence, and stability in the future. Consistency is what gives discipline its power. Small improvements, when practiced daily, compound into major change. Reading a few pages, improving a skill, or refining a routine may seem insignificant at first, but over months and years, these actions build momentum. The difference between success and struggle is rarely talent. It is the willingness to show up repeatedly and do the work. Discipline also strengthens self-trust. Each time a person keeps a promise to themselves, their confidence grows. They no longer rely on inspiration or external pressure. Instead, they act from commitment. This reliability becomes a foundation for progress in every area of life. Those who learn to discipline their actions today create options tomorrow. While others wait for the perfect moment, disciplined individuals build their future step by step. Over time, life rewards those steady efforts with results that appear sudden but are anything but accidental. The level of success a person allows into their life is closely connected to how they see themselves. Self-image quietly shapes behavior, decisions, and persistence. People rarely rise beyond the boundaries of what they believe they deserve or are capable of achieving. When someone views themselves as limited, they unconsciously act in ways that confirm that belief. Self-image is not formed overnight. It is built through experiences, past results, and repeated inner dialogue. Over time, these influences create a mental identity that feels familiar even if it no longer serves growth. The challenge is that many people remain loyal to an outdated version of themselves even when their potential is far greater. Growth begins when that internal picture is questioned and intentionally upgraded. When individuals begin to see themselves as learners, builders, and contributors, their actions change. They take more responsibility, attempt more challenges, and persist longer in the face of difficulty. Confidence grows not from positive thinking alone, but from evidence created through effort. Each small win reshapes self-belief and expands what feels possible. Raising self-image also means raising standards. People start to expect more from their habits, their environment, and their behavior. They become less willing to settle for excuses or distractions. This shift is subtle but powerful because higher standards naturally lead to higher performance. The past does not define the future unless it is allowed to. When a person consciously decides to see themselves as capable of growth and improvement, they unlock a new level of potential. From that point on, progress accelerates not because circumstances change, but because belief finally aligns with possibility. Most people underestimate how much unused potential they carry within themselves. They judge their future based on past performance, forgetting that growth is not limited by where they started, but by how willing they are to evolve. Potential is not something you discover once, it is something you unlock through continuous effort, learning, and courage. The moment a person decides to grow beyond what feels comfortable, that hidden potential begins to surface. Growth requires discomfort. Every new skill, every improvement, and every breakthrough demands leaving familiar habits behind. Comfort may feel safe, but it quietly keeps people stuck. Progress, on the other hand, asks for risk, patience, and persistence. Those who are willing to be uncomfortable for a season often gain confidence that lasts a lifetime. Each challenge faced becomes proof that they are stronger and more capable than they once believed. Learning plays a central role in unlocking potential. The mind expands when it is fed new ideas, perspectives, and skills. Growth-minded individuals treat life as a classroom, not a courtroom. Mistakes are not seen as failures, but as feedback. This approach keeps momentum alive even when results are slow, because improvement is valued as much as achievement. Belief in potential also fuels resilience. When people trust that they can grow, they are less likely to quit during difficulty. They understand that today's struggle is shaping tomorrow's strength. This mindset transforms obstacles into stepping stones instead of roadblocks. When a person commits to growth as a lifelong process, limitations begin to dissolve. What once seemed impossible becomes achievable, not because life suddenly becomes easier, but because the individual becomes stronger, wiser, and more prepared to rise. When we look at the journey to getting whatever we want, a clear pattern emerges. Life rewards those who grow, take responsibility, act with discipline, raise their self-image, and continuously unlock their potential. Desire alone is never enough. Results flow naturally from the person we become. Every achievement begins within through the choices we make, the habits we form, and the standards we set for ourselves. By accepting responsibility, we reclaim control over our lives, turning setbacks into lessons and challenges into opportunities. Discipline allows us to transform small, consistent actions into lasting momentum, while a strong self-image ensures that our actions align with the level of success we seek. And above all, unlocking our potential reminds us that our past does not define us. Our commitment to growth shapes the future. The message is simple but profound. If you want to get what you desire, focus relentlessly on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it. Invest in yourself, embrace the discomfort of growth, and act with courage, consistency, and clarity. The moment you commit to this path, life stops being a series of random events and becomes a reflection of your inner strength, character, and persistence. What you want is not out of reach. It has been waiting for you to become ready to receive it.